Hey, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Abigail and this is day 178 of my daily videos called Thoughts on Confidence, where we chat about all things confidence related, because confidence really is the key that's going to help you reach your fullest potential, to create the business you love, to create the life you love, to be the person you love. And so if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notifications button so that you can get your daily boost in confidence. And today we are talking about off days. So you can see I am here in my happy place, the forest. It is just so divine. I absolutely love it here. If I could live in amongst these trees, I would be one happy Abigail. I tell you, it is just so magical. But we're not here to talk about the forest, we are here to talk about having off days. And let's take a look at what today's thought on confidence is. Off days are only off days if you choose to define them as off days. By now you've probably recognized in your own life, in your own journey, that not every day is a 10 out of 10 day. Sometimes you have the occasional 5 out of 10 day or 2 out of 10 day. And that's totally normal. We all have them. Of course, in this modern age with social media, it would be hard to believe that everybody has them, because it looks like everybody's life is just completely awesome and every day is an 11 out of 10 day. But when you peel back the layers and you get real, the truth is that there are up days and down days. And if you're an average healthy woman with a healthy body, healthy mind, then you probably have more high days than you do low days. And so the average of your days would probably be above 5 at least. But occasionally you do dip below the midline days. And we can be so hard on ourselves when we do that. And learning to manage ourselves and our thoughts and our emotions when we're having those off days is what enables you to kind of build up your reserve of confidence, knowing that these off days are the exception, that they are not the norm. If they are the norm, then it's best to get some professional help with them. But if you do find yourself having the occasional down day or down week or maybe even a down month, understanding that you're having those within the context of your usual kind of days is what is going to help you get back on track. What I have found, certainly lately, and I feel like this is a lot more pronounced now in my own mind because I am sharing them here on these videos, not only with you, but I am voicing them to myself. This is essentially my own dear diary, except that I speak it instead of write it. And so it has become more pronounced for me this year when I do have those off days, because it is what comes up in the videos. And the lesson that I've learned, and what today's thought on confidence relates to, is that an off day, you have a choice as to how you define it. You really do. You can choose to beat yourself up and get angry with yourself and frustrated and really kind of fuel the fire of those emotions that you're feeling, that negative emotions. Or you can choose to define it differently. And what has come up for me lately is recognizing that an off day is relative to what? What are you comparing an off day to? Are you comparing an off day to a day where you have been super productive, or where you've put in 18 hours of the day? Is that what you're comparing it to? That you're defining that 18-hour day as a good day? So that for me has been a really interesting realization, that perhaps my definition of a good day is actually the one that's all wonky, and then that means that my off day is actually a normal day. So having that contrast between the two, I think, is a really powerful exercise. And it's been a bit of a wake-up call that my barometer, my standard of measure of good days is probably where the fault lies. And then the other thing as well is that defining your off days. Again, you get to choose what an off day is. And what I'm starting to implement and starting to teach is that because we have the choice of how we define these off days, maybe an off day is actually just a I need time for me day. Maybe it's a self-love day, which is why you're seeing me sitting in the forest a lot more lately, because I've been getting so many messages and clues and indications that I have not been giving myself any me time, any attention, any any self-love activities besides, my normal day-to-day routine, like getting out of the busyness of the waking hours, separating myself from like my addiction to work and coming out and just being, like just watching myself in this environment and recognizing how different I feel when I get intentional about coming to the forest like this. And so an off day, I'm discovering, is more about a me day. And that you can redefine what an off day is for you. So yeah, while I'm sitting here in the forest, I'm certainly not answering emails, I'm not editing photos or videos or anything like that. But I think I'm being far more effective in the long run because I'm filling up my tank. And so, yeah, take a look at what you're defining as off days and take a look at what kind of days you're comparing to, how have you defined your good days? And maybe you need to tweak something there. So maybe you can redefine your off day as a learning day, or a getting back in touch with me day, or a getting in touch with friends day. Or it doesn't mean just because you're not being productive or just because you're not meeting your unrealistic expectations that you're a bad person or that you're wasting your time. No, maybe it's just, you know what, if you're feeling this need or this overwhelming anxiety or overwhelming negative emotion, you need to intentionally get out into an environment or with people, or do something to shift the way that you're feeling, shift the gear into something that feels more aligned to who you really are. So remove all your labels, remove all your self-imposed expectations or expectations of others, and just take a listen to what your body is telling you, what your mind is telling you, what your heart is telling you need to be doing. So yeah, I think reflective days, self days, they should be mandatory. This feels like this was a bit of a ramble video. I hope it makes sense. If it does, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notifications button, and then share this with a friend who you maybe think is having an off day. Maybe she needs to be reminded that she can actually redefine it as a self day. So that's it for today. Whatever you do on this day, do it consciously and do it confidently. Listen to you. You actually know exactly what it is that you need if you're prepared to listen. I'll see you again tomorrow.